Hello, Internet. I'm Noel Arthur, and I make this cool webcomic called Ignition Zero. Ignition Zero is a full-page, full-color webcomic done in traditional media, watercolor mostly. It's pretty expensive and uses lots of materials, and I've paid for them up till now, but now it's time to go to print. That's right, print. And I'm going to need your help. Why should you help? Well, for one, this is going to look spectacular on paper. I mean, look at these. Look at this. Don't you want to see this on paper? Yeah, you do. Also, even though Ignition Zero isn't what you'd call an LGBT webcomic, that is, it doesn't focus on coming out or figuring out your identity or coming to terms with it, and is instead about murderous fairies and magical girl-like transformation and vegans with anger issues. Well, it still has a lot of characters who fall under the gender and sexual minority umbrella. And, for that matter, some of the edges of the spectrum that people don't always focus on. Actually, that's kind of the point. Stories about being queer, so stories about coming out and all that, are really important narratives, especially in today's society. But sometimes I don't want to read about all of the discrimination and the angst and the personal conflict that I've already gone through on a regular basis. I just want a story with characters I can identify with. And maybe you do too. That's what Ignition Zero is. Oh, and there are straight characters too. Got everybody covered. Also, Robbie and Orson, our heroes of the story, happen to identify as asexual. There aren't a lot of asexual characters out there. In fact, the asexual community has had to make do with characters who can be interpreted that way, like the Doctor, or Sherlock Holmes, or Sheldon Cooper. And that's cool. No problem. But it's really nice when you can find a character who's outright stated to be something you identify with, especially if that something is an identity that's erased by mainstream society and often gets met with the response that doesn't exist. As someone who identifies as asexual, that's important to me. I hope that's important to you too. So how do you help out? Well, $20 gets you the first volume of Ignition Zero. 100 pages, full color. The first 3 chapters, which is only 85 pages, which means up to 15 pages of never-before-seen bonus content. Super secret. Can't get it anywhere else. Except the PDF, which you can get at a $5 donation. Along with that, you'll also receive one of these fine art prints. Not all Ignition Zero related, so if you haven't read the comic, it's not a problem. At $65, you'll be able to purchase the original comic art for any regular page. That is, a page with panels like this. $75 allows you to pick from the splash pages. That is, a page with a full color illustration. Please read the info below on how to pick the page you want. Remember, Kickstarter only takes your money if the whole project is funded. Therefore, there's no risk. If it goes through, you get your stuff. If it doesn't, you get your money back. But there are lots of reasons for this to get funded, at least I think. I've given you a few of them, and I'd really, really appreciate it if you would share this with your friends and followers. The more attention it gets, the better. Let's make this happen, yeah? Alright, yeah. You guys are cool.